The final alteration for this class is the square shoulder. And I'm going to use the back bodice for this one because it's going to affect what we do with the shoulder. So I'm going to actually mark some notches at my dart up here on the shoulder. And then the square shoulder is basically exactly opposite of the sloping shoulder. So the average drop for a person from the neckline down to their shoulder point is like 1.5 to 2 inches. A sloping shoulder means that it's more of a slope. It goes down farther. A square shoulder means that it's less of a slope. So you're going toward like more of an inch slope instead. People with square shoulders don't need to wear nearly as many. If they're going to have shoulder pads, they should probably not have very big ones because they've got square shoulders. Very similar to the sloping shoulder, I am starting at the neckline, cutting the entire armhole and going down onto the side seam. So I've got this whole part that's coming off. And now I'm going to hinge at the neckline. I'm going to hinge at each of the darts, which might not be necessary, but it could be. I'm also going to hinge at the shoulder, and I'm going to hinge at the underarm. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to attach it to a scrap piece of paper and tape it down. Without taping down any of my seam allowances yet. I am going to have this person go up 1/4 of an inch on the shoulder. So I'm going to make sure that this blends nicely to the 1/4 of an inch, and I'm not paying attention to this section down here yet. I'm only looking up here. I'm just making sure that it gradually goes over nicely. So you can hinge those darts, you don't have to hinge the darts. Your choice, it's not wrong or right either way. And then, same as the sloping shoulder, I am going to line up my seam allowance down here, my seam line down at the side seam. And I'll just make sure everything up here is laying perfectly smooth and flat. And then I'll tape this into place. I'll mark off everything that I don't need anymore. This old seam, this old design line. I'll fill in the sections that I still need. I'll clean up my darts. Cut off the extra paper that I don't need. And I have done my square shoulder alteration. That's the final alteration for this class.